So some of the things that are going to happen is expanding work requirements. There already are work requirements. They just make them more punitive and more difficult for those who are on food stamps. Limiting the authority of the USDA to increase the thrifty food plan. That serves as the basis for determining how much people should get. They're going to actually put a cap on whether that can rise. They're going to increase the state costs for the administrative parts significantly. States are now going to pay 25% of the administrative costs, and some of that's going to be directed on the counties. And imposing a state share for administrative costs that is going to be new money that is going to be taken out of the budget and therefore really decrease the amount. And on eligibility, undocumented people, just so people understand, have not been eligible for SNAP except under very limited circumstances, like they have asylee status or they are refugees, deemed refugees by the United States. That was something that was authorized. But now, even those people are not going to be eligible. Humanitarian, people who are under humanitarian special grant of immigration status, they're not going to be eligible. And we know what that means in our county, where so many people have documented status or on the path to documented status, and they are not going to be eligible. So we can't stand by. We have to speak up. We have to be loud. We have to make our voices heard. This is a real threat to families, to veterans, to seniors, and particularly to children.
The discussion in Washington that led to this bill was not a discussion of reality. It was a discussion of ideology. In that ideology, those who supported this bill asserted that the people who are taking these benefits are doing so improperly, that there's waste and there's fraud and there's corruption. But they didn't see it on the ground. They did it based on an ideology, because not only in food services, but this bill in terms of health care, in terms of education, in terms of the environment, cuts a host of different programs that they ideologically do not support, and so they come up with a rationale to convince you that there's really fraud and corruption. Come to the Carver Center. Come online on a Tuesday afternoon to the Larchmont Mamaroneck Hunger Task Force on Mamaroneck Avenue. Come on a Friday afternoon to the Ridgeway Alliance Church on Ridgeway Road in White Plains, and you look at the people who are there, and you tell me if this is about fraud, waste, or corruption. These are mothers with children. They're trying to keep their children properly fed. They're not sitting home watching soap operas during the day as the ideological narrative would tell you that. They're working, and they're watching the children of other people who are out working. And they're trying to make a go of it. And what Feeding Westchester does, and through the Carver Center and so many other organizations, is they make it possible for that person, not in a year, not in 2 years, but to build their way up. And their husbands are working as they are, so that at some point in time down the line, they have a shot at having that stable American dream that brought them here.
Feeding Westchester stands alongside State Senator Shelley Mayer, Congressman George Latimer, thank you so much, and many other local officials in the room to bring awareness to the devastating and concerning impact of H.R. 1, otherwise known as the One Big Beautiful Bill. We are here together working to make sure that our neighbors in need are fed. Just to let you know, Feeding Westchester is the county's only food bank. We service 175 local organizations throughout our county, including the Carver Center. Thank you for hosting us today. To nourish our neighbors in need. This past year, Feeding Westchester distributed over 21 million pounds of food with 2.8 million neighbor visits throughout the county, even after losing 1 million pounds of food in March and April from a canceled federal program, which we will not see that funding or that food in this fiscal year. In Port Chester alone, we saw nearly 570,000 visits. The need continues to be great every day.